Hey guys, this is Vlad, and I wanted to show you guys how I assemble my setup. Many are curious as to what I use and or how I use it, and I think this will clear things up. Now, to start off, I have the 1 TB version of this M4 Max, and this goes out for any Mac, whether it's the Air or anything in between. Now this is the 14-inch model. You could get 16, but that's a lot of mass to carry, especially if you may or may not need that real estate. That's why I opt for iPad display. This has a protective layer that is blue light sensitive or blue light capturing. I don't really remember what I purchased, but that's all of us, isn't it? Now, I like to have a secondary screen for maybe some GitHub tips or a YouTube video that I want playing in the background and or a podcast. Yes, you could do that here and keep swiping, but I'd much rather have it accessible, and also to compile code if that need be. There are cheaper monitors out there, but not every monitor is an iPad, but every iPad is a monitor. And that's why I highly encourage even getting an older one. I mean, it's so seamless with Sidecar, but Sidecar isn't exactly perfect because if anybody is on the network, it could bog it down, and I have the solution right here. This is a Thunderbolt 5 cable. As you can tell by the little 5 that's somewhere on here. Here we are. Well, we're gonna connect these two together, and we're gonna shut off the Wi-Fi on the iPad to improve latency. It even said switching to USB. And I know it's Thunderbolt 4, but the reason I have the 5 is that way there's no possibility of the cable being the bottleneck. So it's somewhat future-proofing. I know there's gonna be a Thunderbolt 5 iPad Pro coming soon, but this is what we got right now. So let's connect our Thunderbolt 5 SSD enclosure, and this is an enclosure by OWC. I cannot find an opening or even signs of an opening, and also this is fixed. This is gonna live here, so if this is busted, your whole SSD is busted. And that opening, I think we're gonna have to saw it off because it is nowhere to be found. Hopefully they make a more user-friendly version in the future. OWC, I hope you're listening. You guys were one of the first to innovate with this, but still, there's got to be some future-proofing. This is one of the fastest SSDs you'll have right now, and it goes fairly fast. I believe that the score is quite respectable. Let's give it a test right now using the Blackmagic benchmark. Now those are the write speeds, 6,000. These are the read speeds. This is respectably fast. I think that this 4 TB extension just does the trick. Link in description. And next up we have our portable charger. This thing, because we're already running an iPad, maybe we take a camera, you're gonna need some extra juice, and this is definitely the juice jug. So we're gonna have that using the dedicated MagSafe cable. There's a lot of YouTube videos of people saying that they don't use them whatsoever. It's made for plenty of reasons. Charging is one of them, but I'd much rather use the dedicated charger. Ports are holy. I think that they're gonna be completely vital to my setup in the coming future, and I want at least one available for anything that I have to throw in it. And if you're in public or in, let's say, a noisy area, then you may want some noise canceling headphones. This could be any class of headphone. I am obviously a fanboy of some sort, right? So I'm gonna stick to Apple, though the AirPods 2, they're okay. But my main gripe with them is that these things just, I don't know, they're really picky. They fall off when they want to, and they stay on really well when they want to. So obviously I'm not going to be running with them, because sometimes the iPad OS would take over whenever it would have, like, let's say, notification dedicated to the iPad, but it's still completely usable. And many are not on this boat. You could probably turn off the channel right now. I have to say, a DualShock controller. It doesn't have to be the latest and greatest, but it definitely does make the difference. If you're playing any game or whatever, you want this controller because you could map out every button, and it's quite literally the most comfortable controller I've ever used. Well, I don't know if I could use literally on that, because that's an opinion. Regardless, this is one of the best controllers you're going to use on your Mac. I mean, Apple's probably going to make a controller now if they see that gaming is much more of a feature on these books, rather than something that could be maybe achieved with an external GPU. No, it's very much an appreciated feature. Even gaming at 30 FPS, just very casual. Yeah, those are my top accessories. I hope you guys agree and subscribe.